Yes, and as the O's are at home, second game of this homestand, they came away with yet another one-run win in the ballgame, 2-1 against the Jays last night. It is a beautiful night for baseball here at Camden Yards. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and great to have you with us. The Orioles playing some really good baseball. It was a great ball game last night. They hope tonight for another start that'll take them deep into the ball game before they have to go to that pen, which has been spectacular. It's a new-look Orioles team, though, for a number of reasons coming into the ball game tonight. Take a look at why there are some new names and faces. Congratulations to Robert Andino and his wife, baby born today. So Andino is out on leave. Jason Birkin has been called up to take his place. He is here and available. Nolan Reynolds continues to struggle with the neck spasms and may be close, maybe if he was needed in an emergency tonight. And Jim Johnson, the closer, we wish Jim well. Still struggling in the hospital with those flu symptoms. So those are the changes coming into the ball game tonight. It's a little new look for the Orioles, Mike.
Well, it sure is, and unfortunately these type of things happen through the course of the season. Injuries and illnesses, and all teams have to deal with them. Seems like kind of a bulk load for us tonight, but we have great players that can fill in off the bench. ENDY CHAVEZ has done a great job out in left field replacing Nolan Reynolds, and Ryan Flaherty is getting another start tonight at second base. The
term in baseball used by players often is hang with them. This is one of those hang with them nights.
Well, it sure is a hang with them night, but you know, every team goes through this stuff. I'll tell you what's positive, though. Dan Duquette's created a lot of depth in this organization. We can reach down in AAA like we did pulling up Jason Birkin, and there are guys down there doing a good job that are going to help the Orioles down the stretch.
All right, we'll take a look at one of those who's helping out tonight, Ryan Flaherty. Third last night, second tonight. He can play a lot of positions and getting a chance now as a starter. Start here tonight, third base last night. He will be at second base in the ball game tonight. He is a super utility player based on the positions he can play. But Buck Showalter before the game today said he's more than that.
He has a chance to be an everyday player sometime. You know, we get through this 90-day period. He's not, you know, we're past the point that he's here because he's a Rule 5 draft, and we're just trying to get the eligibility of him to keep him here. Right now, that's the way he best serves us, and we can keep him. And I think down the road, I don't ever want to look at a 25-year-old left-handed hitter that can do things he can do as just a utility guy. You know, he could end up being I think at the worst. I hope that's at the worst, but we still hold out hope that he could be somebody that can play the field every day.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare of glistening air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The national anthem performed by the Three Wise Men Quartet, which leads to the question. Or what do they think of the fourth? I'm not sure. It's a gorgeous night here at Camden Yards. Take a look at our train game time temperature. 71 degrees, much warmer than had been forecast. Humidity down and the really gentle breeze blowing out towards left field. Visit Train.com for an independent train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight, brought to you by Dodge. For the Blue Jays, Escobar, Johnson, and Bautista, Lind, Thames, Encarnacion, Lowry, Rasmus, and Aaron Sebia back in the lineup. Kelly Johnson off to a strong start. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup.
Well, here's the AFCIA Intelligence Report on Jason Hammel. Well, it's Hammel time, 2-0 with a 2.37 ERA to start the season. He thrilled this Camden Yards crowd in his last start here at home, taking a no-hitter into the 8th inning. Two-seam command would be a great key for him, although he has control and command of all 4 of his pitches. If that two-seamer is working, we're going to see a lot of it tonight. He's a cool customer. He doesn't get rattled very easily, has great mound composure out there. Well, visit AFCIA.org, the Association for IT Pros.
Orioles looking to extend here at home with another victory. They had the 2-1 win last night. Hunter got the win over Alvarez, and the Orioles just played a very good ball game, well-pitched ball game by both sides. For the Orioles starter tonight against Toronto, 9 appearances, 6 previous starts. He has a perfect mark, 3-0 lifetime for Jason Hammel against Toronto with a 4.25 ERA. So he's got good numbers against the Toronto team to start him out in this one. Here's YUNEL Escobar, the shortstop. Escobar had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night with that .231 batting average. Some very high clouds, mostly blue sky, a little bit of sun left here at sundown in Baltimore. And the pitch is taken up high by Escobar, and we are underway.
Well, we saw a great pitching matchup last night. We're looking forward to another one tonight. Both pitchers 2-0.
We start the same way we started last night. There were tons of ground balls back to the mound, and that's the way we start this one.
Well, here's the Orioles defense tonight. Chavez filling in again for Nolan Reimhold in left. Adam Jones in center. Markakis in right. Wilson BETEMIT gets a start at third base. J.J. Hardy at short. Ryan Flaherty, 2 starts in a row tonight at second base. Chris Davis at first, and Matt Wieters doing the catching.
The second baseman, Kelly Johnson, will stand in. Johnson has had the most at-bats against Jason Hammel. Put some pretty good numbers up against him, in fact. Starting out really well at second base. You see the .353, 6 for 17 with a home run lifetime. And the pitch will be in there for a strike. For Hammel this year, his numbers right now, opponent's batting average .209 is tied for 9th best in the American League. 1-1 delivery down in the dirt. Lefties are hitting only .182 against him. Right-handers .235. He has given up only 1 home run so far, that to a left-hander. Pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, sure are.
2 ball, 1 strike delivery to Kelly Johnson. He'll lift that one foul.
He's come over to Baltimore. You know, he's had some experience with Tampa Bay and Colorado, and you know, in talking with him, he just feels like he's learned so much, and he's at a really good place mentally as a pitcher right now.
29 years old, out of Rehoboth, Mass. That pitch is going to be foul back. And Kelly Johnson will have the count held. For Jason Hammel this year, he started out with a win against Minnesota as he had a no-hitter. As Mike said, in the 8th inning in that debut, a run on 2 hits over 8. Non-decisions against Toronto. In Toronto, he gave up a couple of runs on 6 hits in 5 innings against the Jays, and then he had the start in Chicago where he got a win, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. And tied a career high in his last outing with 10 strikeouts. And he's going to get one to start here. Hammel gets the K. Johnson retired.
Nice pitch right there. Fastball away. Paint. Tough pitch. He gets that late life movement on that fastball. Kelly Johnson just gets a piece of it. Matt Wieters able to hang on to it.
And that will bring up Bautista. Bautista had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. He is struggling to find the home run bat early on in the season. 3 home runs, 9 RBIs for Bautista. Orioles put the full shift on in the infield, bringing Flaherty, the second baseman, all the way over to the shortstop side of the bag.
Orioles have done a pretty good job at quieting some of the power bats in the league this year.
That one goes to third. Nice play, BETEMIT. Need a pick. Not going to get it. Davis needed to make the pick on that on a very short throw by BETEMIT. Couldn't do it. And Bautista's on.
Well, ground ball to his left, makes a nice play to get to it, but then just kind of makes a little lackadaisical type throw, a little low instead of just letting it go.
So that'll keep the inning going as the Orioles commit their league leading 20th error of the season. And BETEMIT will be charged with it on the throw. Now here is Lind. Adam Lind took an 0 for in the ball game last night. He's had a tough start. And Lind will take that for a strike. He had been moved out of the cleanup spot for Encarnacion in the ball game last night, but he's back in the cleanup spot for the ball game tonight. 1 for 6 against Jason Hammel.
Well, Lind has a pretty good track record. Last year he hit 26 home runs, so he has some power, and he's hit over 300 as well in the big leagues, so he's a good hitter. They need to get him on track if they want to have some success, though, because they do have a pretty potent lineup.
Yeah, they do. That right now is a bit below average offensively, with Lind hitting just .211. Another interesting shift on here. Flaherty's in shallow right field, foul back. We're going to see more and more of this season as every team adopts to the reports they get. You see Flaherty's in shallow right, and the shortstop over towards second. Outfield pretty much straight away. Everybody is doing it. A lot of movements are being made by teams, both infields and outfields. 1-2 count on Lind. Bautista off first base. It's just misses.
Good
2-2.
That's a really good pitch right there. You get that tailing movement on his two-seamer, down and away. That's a pitcher's pitch. We've seen it called before. If he continues to hit that area and work that two-seamer in that location, he's going to get that call later on in the game.
Our Nissan pitch track. Nissan Sale a Minute event. Saving your new Nissan. Visit ChooseNissan.com. And that pitch is in the dirt. Bautista never started, so he goes back to the bag as Wieters had to circle that one to find it directly underneath it. So as a result of that error, so far 5 extra pitches have been thrown by Jason Hammel, who should be in the dugout watching the Orioles hit. 3-2 count, 2 down.
The Orioles have obviously struggled with their defense early on in the season, but they've proven to themselves that if they can play clean baseball, they have success.
Runner going, towering pop-up, third base, BETEMIT. Fair territory, and he's got it. And that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and a base runner left on the Orioles lineup when we come back. as is Toronto coming into this ball game. Let's take a look at the starting O's lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Chavez, Hardy, and Markakis. Jones, Wieters, and Davis. BETEMIT, Reynolds, and Flaherty. And for Matt Wieters, on a real tear to begin this season, 6 home runs included.
Well, here's the AFCIA intelligent report on young Kyle DRABEK. He is a young gun, another one of the young pitchers for the Blue Jays at 24 years of age. He has good stuff with potential, so they say, to be a top-of-the-rotation guy. Fastball command has been an issue for him, though he had 6 walks in his last start.
Started him last year at the big league level, and he didn't make it. Ended up being sent down. They have long talked about him since DRABEK joined the organization. Here's Endy Chavez. Chavez will take it down low for a ball. Chavez with a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, and the 156 average coming into the ball game. He's had 1 extra base hit, a double, 1 RBI. Shows bunt. Encarnacion charging in. He will back up. Encarnacion playing third base in the ball game tonight. LAWRIE, the DH, the regular third baseman, and a strike taken on the inside corner. For DRABEK so far this year, it's been about ground balls. 62% of the outs recorded with ground balls. Very tough when runners get on base. Even tougher so far this year than he's been when the bases are empty. 2-1 delivery. Endy Chavez goes to first with it. Lynn will play that one to the bag. Chavez is retired.
Well, tonight's defense for the Blue Jays, Thames with that home run last night and assisted in the home run by Matt Wieters, plays left field. Rasmus playing center. BAUTISTA in right. Encarnacion playing third base. ESCOBAR at short. Kelly Johnson playing second base. Adam Lind at first. And J.P. Arancibia is back behind the plate tonight.
Toronto's had their problems defensively. They are tied for third in the American League with most errors committed. The Orioles on top now with 20. 11 have been committed by Toronto and by Los Angeles coming into the ball game. Minnesota's had 13 errors so far in the year. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hardy with a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, hitting just 185. Pumps that one in the air to right field. Bautista going back with room in the alley. 2 down.
Well, you see it time and time every year. You know, pitching and defense, championship teams make it into the playoffs, and Tommy Hunter alluded to that last night after his start. No errors by the Orioles, and they got a victory on a gutty performance by Tommy Hunter.
24-year-old Kyle DRABEK has a 1-1 record against the Orioles in 3 starts. That's his lifetime mark. He pitched against the Orioles in his second start of the season during the series in Minnesota, and came in Toronto rather, and came away with a win. 7 1/3 innings. He gave up only 1 run on 2 earned, 1 run, 2 total, 6 hits in 7 1/3 innings. A pretty strong performance against the Orioles in that ball game in Toronto. Here's Nick Markakis. Nick with an 0 for 3 in the opener last night, hitting at .231, couple of doubles, 2 home runs for extra base hits. The 2-0 delivery, and that is taken for a strike. We talked about Jason HAMMEL, opponents hitting .209. DRABEK, it's only 1 point higher, .210. He's had some real good luck against the lefties, who are hitting in 143 against him. 2-1 delivery, and that'll be fouled away.
In talking with some people in the Blue Jays organization, they say this young man's come a long way from a maturity standpoint. He tends to get frustrated, or tended to get frustrated, and seems to be a lot more composed. You know, sometimes obviously that comes with age, but he's at a good place right now.
And that's going to go the other way. Markakis just trying to lay one down the line. It'll end up going foul, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on the Orioles right fielder.
I'm sure many fans here in Baltimore are familiar with the name DRABEK. Of course, his dad pitched here in Baltimore back in 1998.
Real good major league pitcher. That'll miss inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Doug DRABEK, his father, had a long major league career. And at the age of 24, no reason to believe Kyle DRABEK won't have a pretty good career himself. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Markakis towards third. Short hop bobbled. Encarnacion can't get it. He's not the regular third baseman, and in this game, you can't hide. Error will be charged.
Yeah, the ball will find you, that's for sure. It's the routine ground ball. Couldn't get the handle on it, though. Stayed up in front of him. Try just got off the fingertips.
First error of the season for Encarnacion, the 12th of the year for the Jays. So each team opened the door with an error after they were 2 down in the first inning. Adam Jones for the Orioles will try and take advantage of it. 3-game hit streak for Jones, who had a 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. DRABEK gets it into him, and another rainmaker up in the air outside of third base. Encarnacion over and will have room and puts it away. So neither team able to take advantage of it. The error, that is. No runs, no hits, an error, and a base runner left on, and no score after 1. For the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. They're going to need a second room of flooring because those 4 are going to eat up both rooms. That's adventurous right there.
That looks familiar. Oh, my goodness.
You were out on the field. You had the easy part.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, honey. I got to go to spring training.
And foul back. Eric Thames, who had the home run in the ball game last night, ended up with a 2 for 4 in the ball game and a 273 overall. That was his first home run of the year and a couple of RBIs. Here's the 0-1 delivery. HAMMEL will get the pitch inside for a ball. Everybody knotted up in the American League East starting today's play as the Orioles, Yankees, Tampa, and Toronto all have 10-7 records. And the Red Sox at 6-10, 3.5 games out. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Encarnacion waiting on deck. HAMMEL will just miss inside and will fall behind 3-1.
Orioles in another shift defense with J.J. Hardy on the other side of second base.
Everybody's doing it. That's going to go to the other side, but that would have been up the middle if you play it straight. And there's a nice pick by Davis at first. And the first out recorded. The Maryland Lottery Strike It Rich contestant of the game, Donna Bowen from Manchester. Donna, you've already won $500 for being selected. You get $100 more from the Maryland Lottery for every Orioles strikeout. See how you can turn non-winning Strike It Rich scratch-offs into cash and enter to win great Oriole prizes. MDLottery.com/strikeitrich. That pitch will be taken away. Encarnacion had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. 1-0 pitch to him. That's on the outside corner for a strike. Larry Vanover, veteran umpire, has the plate tonight. Tony Randazzo, Todd Techner, and Brian Gorman in the umpiring crew. 1-1, broken back ground ball to third base. BETEMIT on the 4-hopper. Encarnacion's retired, 2 down.
A lot of times, players, most good players, if they make an error, they want that ball hit right back to him. He was able to obviously settle down. Pretty easy play right there, but made a nice throw. Get him to relax a little bit more here in the early part of the game.
Put that first one away, and the rest of them come a lot easier. Huh?
Yeah, that's certainly true.
Rod Lowry up, designated hitter in the ball game tonight with a 4-game hit streak. He had a 1 for 3 in the game last night. He's 2 for 2 off the Orioles starter, Jason HAMMEL, and a 1-0 count to him. Lowry will take that one. It is in there for a strike. Here at Camden Yards for HAMMEL, this is his 5th career start. 1-2, 4.43 ERA at his home ballpark now. Pitch outside and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Jason HAMMEL's been a great addition to the Orioles. I don't know if you've had much of a chance to talk to him, but he's a great guy, great teammate. You know, he supports his team, he supports the players around him. Just an overall good addition to the Baltimore Orioles.
And he's 29 years old, by the way. 3-ball 1-strike count. And another one down to third. BETEMIT had to back up on that one. He makes the long throw, no chance, and Davis comes off. Had trouble getting his feet set at third base that time.
Well, he did. He had to take a drop step on it, and then in the transfer, it looked like, I guess we'll see right here, takes a deep angle on it, and then the transfer, he just couldn't get the handle on it. And Brett Lowry runs really well, and he runs hard all the time, and if you make any kind of mistake, he's going to beat it out.
Another error. Orioles have 2 in the ball game. BETEMIT has been charged with both of them. BETEMIT's now got 4 errors on the year. So again, the doors opened with 2 down, just as it was in the first inning. And here's Colby Rasmus. Rasmus an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. And the throw over by HAMMEL. As we've talked about, there's nobody more aggressive in every aspect of the game on this Toronto team than that base runner at first. I mean, Lowry's tried to steal home twice already, once with Bautista at the plate.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He sure is. He picks his teammates up. They love him. Full energy, very enthusiastic player.
That went back to the mound. HAMMEL defending his position. Plenty of time to get the out, and he does. So he recovers from another error. No runs, no hits, an error. Another base runner left on. Wieters, Davis, BETEMIT. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick with you here at Camden Yards. Glorious night for baseball. Just couldn't be much better than this weather-wise. And the Orioles playing some really good games. DRABEK, 14 to get through the first. Wieters, Davis, and BETEMIT against him. Wieters with a 3-game hit streak. including the game winner on his first opposite field home run, his 6th of the year. He's joined a select group of Oriole players who have picked up as many as 6 home runs in the first 17 games of the season. They are Brian Roberts, Jay Gibbons, Brady Anderson, Rafael Palmeiro, and Cal Ripken, the only other Orioles to have 6 home runs in the first 17 games of the year. 1-1 delivery down to first base. Glenn was playing over there by the line. Wieters is retired. 1 away in the second.
First baseman, number 19.
Well, Wieters hurt the Blue Jays last night at fastball away. They obviously made a little adjustment. They showed him away and they came hard in. Hit a hard ground ball to first.
That will bring up the Orioles first baseman, Chris Davis. Davis started with an 0 for 3 in the game last night. Still hitting that 278 mark. 5 doubles for him. A home run, 4 RBIs. He's been very effective for the Orioles in getting on base.
He has incredible power potential. Chris Davis does.
That will be foul back. Two strike count on Davis. He's got 5 doubles, a home run, and the 4 RBIs. Only 2 walks and 15 strikeouts. He swings. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and DRABEK will miss outside with it.
DRABEK, sticking with that fastball. Obviously wants to establish that fastball command early in the game.
There's the 1-2 delivery to him. That'll be inside. Jim Presley's worked with a number of these hitters. Just saw Jim, the hitting coach for the Orioles. He's had them out there early. Johnson was out there early today. Certainly taking advantage of it. Davis has been out there taking some extra BP. Bats trying to get going. The Orioles are winning some ball games, but their offense still trying to come around. He's still looking for his first hit of the season. There's the 3-2 delivery, and that'll be a ground ball towards second. Kelly Johnson. 2 down. On Saturday, the Orioles Legend Celebration Series begins. Hall of Famer Frank Robinson will be immortalized with the larger-than-life bronze sculpture in the new center field picnic area. It will be at 5 o'clock on Saturday. We'll hope you'll come and join in with Frank. You won't believe some of the guests who are going to be on hand. All fans attending will receive a replica sculpture, first of 6 special games celebrating the best of the O's. You can get information at Orioles.com/legends. There are some very big baseball names who are going to join in that celebration Saturday. Here's BETEMIT. 0-1 delivery to him. That'll be taken outside. BETEMIT, 5 hits in his last 30 at bats. Another one of the Orioles struggling a bit at the plate, hitting only 200. 3 doubles, a home run, and 5 RBIs. 1-1 delivery to him outside.
Definitely looking to make amends for a couple miscues here in the early going defensively.
2 errors charged, both to him, coming with 2 down, but HAMMEL worked around it. 2-1 deliveries outside. DRABEK just kind of fell off on that one, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Shift put on against BETEMIT. They play him in the infield to pole, the outfield the other way. And that one put in the air to center field. He's going to back Rasmus up. Rasmus at the wall. Rasmus looking. Goodbye, home run. That's the way you get a little retribution. On a 3-1 pitch, BETEMIT delivers the homer, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. For BETEMIT and his 6th RBI. The Orioles continue to use the long ball as they have throughout the start of this season to put the runs up on the board.
Well, that should definitely make him feel a lot better. We just talked about the couple errors he's made earlier in the game, and that home run to get the Orioles on top. And here's a swing. He gets a center cut fastball, gets extended, and drives it to center field. Nice swing, and you know, not only will he feel better about himself offensively, you know, he's been struggling a little bit as of late, but should pick up his overall game.
The Orioles come in ranked 3rd in the league in home runs, behind the Yankees and Texas, who are tied for 1st. Pitch will be taken away. Talk about players who have been taking some extra BP. Mark Reynolds is one of those. He is the designated hitter in the ball game tonight, hitting just 125, looking for his first home run. And Reynolds will take the pitch away, and DRABEK has fallen behind 3-1 on each of the last 2.
I was out here yesterday with him and Jim Presley during his round of extra BP, and Press was just making the point of staying on the ball and driving it to right center and adjusting to ball, or reacting to balls in, because Mark Reynolds has power to all fields, and if he can realign himself, instead of, he's been pulling off the ball a little bit lately, realign himself, aiming more towards the right center gap, it's going to keep him on balls a little bit longer, obviously making more contact, and his hopefully power numbers will go up.
0 for his last 17 as he goes down swinging. The Orioles get a run on a hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Wilson BETEMIT, he delivers the long ball to straightaway center to put the Orioles on top. As you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller. Orioles have the 1-0 lead. World champion St. Louis Cardinals got their 12th win today. They defeated the Cubs at Wrigley 5-1 in a day game. Lance Lynn, one of their starters, is now 4-0. A run on 6 hits and 8 innings in that game for the Cardinals. And David Freese, the MVP of the World Series, has picked up right where he left off. He had his 4th home run of the day. Volstad of the Cubs took the loss. He is 0-3 on the season. The Cardinals, without Albert Pujols, are still in first place. That is fouled off and back into the seats. JP Arencibia, the catcher, batting ninth.
And JP had the night off last night. He's had some scuffling a little bit at the plate, hitting just 200. But and his power numbers are down. He's only has one home run this year, but last year, I mean, the power potential is definitely there. He had 23 home runs, 3 home runs better than Matt Wieters.
Arencibia trying to find his way. This, as we mentioned before, this lineup so full of home runs last year, not so yet this year. That will be swung on and missed. Great pitch by HAMMEL, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count from the Oriole right-hander.
Here's a pitch from Jason, looking down and away. Nice tight slider, great spot.
2-2 delivery. Arencibia takes it, and he's gone, and he knew it. He looked back just for the heck of it, but there's no doubt in his mind that was strike 3.
They work some sliders down and away, and boy, that tailing fastball, that 2-seamer that comes back over the plate, just locks JP Arencibia up.
And that will bring up Escobar, the leadoff batter. There in Sebia back. 2 strikeouts for HAMMEL in the ball game. Escobar grounded out his first time up. Escobar has not had a hit in his last 9 at-bats. And he's been on base 13 of the 17 games played by the Jays so far. Hill comes in just to gain the inside part and turns him around. 1-1. And you notice how the Oriole pitchers, all of these starters, ready to work. They take very little time. 1-1 delivery. And that is in there for a strike. They get the ball back, they get the sign, and they throw it.
Well, Rick Adair and Buck Showalter have always talked about tempo of a game, keeping your defense on their toes. And starting pitching's done a great job of that so far.
Ooh, gets the call on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning.
That slider, he's got the 2-seamer and the slider curveball working. It's a great spot, down and away again. Good pitch.
You can see the movement on that ball going down into the glove of Waiters. Here's Kelly Johnson, their number 2 hitter. He too a strikeout victim. And he'll swing through the heater. And a 1-strike count. HAMMEL firing early on in this ball game for the Orioles. That'll be back over the screen, and he's ahead on the count, 0-2.
Well, Kelly Johnson came over here from the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was traded. Toronto gave up Aaron Hill and John McDonald for Kelly. And he's done a good job. They're very happy with him, his defense, his power potential.
And strikes the side out. 4 in the ball game as Jason HAMMEL is hot through 3, and the Orioles have the lead. League leaderboard with DRABEK on top. This is the lowest strikeout to walk ratio. Almost 1 for 1 for him. Then Chatwood, Penny, Cook, and John Lannon. Slots, tables, and dining. The ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Here's Ryan Flaherty. Flaherty looking for his first major league hit. Flaherty started at third base last night. Started second base tonight. He had the 0 for 2 in the ball game last night. 1-0 delivery to him. That'll be taken away. Flaherty now in the season, just 6 at bats. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Get that first one out of the way, as Mike was talking about. Take some of the pressure off.
Oh, it sure will. I mean, toughest thing for a young player, first year in the major leagues. It's one thing to go out there and make plays defensively, what he's done. I mean, you can use that nervous energy to your advantage out there, but sometimes being a little bit too nervous at the plate doesn't help the hitter out. You know, you have so many things on your mind. Am I going to get my first major league hit? You're just thinking about so many different things. Obviously, the great pitchers that he has to face, and it's tough just to concentrate on seeing the ball and hitting the ball.
3-1 delivery to him, and he draws a walk. And that is a leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning. Our Auto Trader game flow for the Orioles: Jason HAMMEL with no walks and 4 strikeouts. And the run coming on the BETEMIT home run is 2nd of the year in the 2nd inning, as DRABEK and HAMMEL go at it here. And HAMMEL so far just on that side of the better of it. Here's Endy Chavez, top of the order. He grounded out his first time up. First walk by DRABEK. DRABEK with 11 walks now in the 20 innings that he's worked. Interesting, DRABEK has great numbers when people are on base. With runners on this year, only a 143 batting average against him, and nobody has had a hit in the starts he's made this year with runners in scoring position. Teams are 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position against DRABEK. The delivery to Chavez, and that will be taken for a strike. There weren't many in running in scoring position last night for either team.
No, there weren't. There weren't. And I was just about to say, well, I'd like us to take our chances. Let's get a guy in scoring position and see if we can beat those odds.
Somebody's got to get the first one.
That's right.
Toronto left 6 on last night. Nobody in scoring position. Taylor made double play. Escobar will take it himself. They continue to turn them. That's one of the things that has really helped this ball club. 27 double plays have been turned by Toronto to lead the league.
Well, it sure does. They're pretty solid in that area, as well as the Orioles. They've turned a lot of double plays as well this year.
Really helps you pitching. Here's J.J. Hardy. Hardy flied out to right field. His first time up. 2 down, nobody on. And the pitch by DRABEK will be taken up high for a ball.
JJ hit that nice double last night off the wall, and I talked to him a little bit today, and you know, he feels like he's really close. He's starting to feel better up there. He talked about his stride, shortening his stride a little bit to limit some head movement up there. So he's seeing the ball a lot better, and we all know what J.J. Hardy's capable of with the home run production he had last year.
Hardy's double last night was the first extra base hit beyond a homer. He has 3 home runs. He did not have another extra base hit besides those until he got his first double of the season last night. Still has put up 5 RBIs. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Hardy will take it outside, bounces off Aaron Sebia, and the count's at 2-2. The Orioles at 3-1 in 1-run ball games this year with the victory they picked up last night. Continue to play a lot of close games. 2-2 delivery. Hardy will take that one away. The Orioles, 10 of their games, 10 out of the 17 have been decided by either 1 or 2 runs. And the Orioles are 8-2 in those ball games. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and that one to right center field. Got a tail away from Rasmus. He's not going to get it, and could not cut it off. And another 2-bagger for Hardy as he's in at second.
Well, that's a nice swing by JJ. Nice at bat. 2 strikes on him. Protects, shortens up, and drives it. Not the pitch probably DRABEK wanted, middle of the plate, but look at his head position. Right behind the barrel of the bat, staying behind the ball, and drives it to right center.
So the Orioles get a chance to put another one up on the board as they will look for the 2-out RBI from Nick Markakis. Markakis has 8 driven in. And here's that chance against DRABEK, where hitters are 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Markakis 3 for 12 so far in these situations. Markakis reached on an error his first time up. DRABEK a long look, and the 1-0 to Markakis, and a roller will go to short. Escobar is up with it. It's it over there for the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. It remains after 3, 1-0 O's.
But, you know, I barely look at it. I like the fact, though, I will say that our alphabetical has Baltimore sitting at the top. I like looking at that. So, and I think everybody will seek their level. There's no Cinderellas in baseball. All your strengths will show up. All your weaknesses will show up. And, you know, I'm looking forward to have all our curiosity satisfied. But mostly I'm looking out for what's, you know, about the Orioles. What they do is their business.
On our Wired Wednesday, Orioles skipper Buck Showalter with the team indeed by alphabet in first place, tied with 3 other ball clubs for first in the East.
Right.
It's good to begin with the B. HAMMEL, and the pitch will be taken for a strike on the outside corner. Bautista reached on an error his first time up.
Well, Buck's exactly right in those comments. You know, you can't worry about what other teams in the American League East are doing. I mean, everybody knows that the East is a tough division. But you have to go out there and try to make yourselves better every day. You know, and compete with everybody.
Which is what the Orioles had pounded into their head beginning in spring training by Buck Showalter and the coaching staff. 3-ball, 1-strike count from HAMMEL to Bautista. Bautista's had only 3 hits in his last 19 at-bats, 3rd in the major league in walks. He will foul that one back, and there's no question he's hitting from his heels on a lot of these cuts he's taking, just trying to get that home run bat going and get those numbers up.
Yeah, it does look like he's kind of forcing the issue, doesn't it? And everybody wants to get off to a good start, and all of a sudden you get 2 weeks into the season and the numbers aren't there.
Towards short. Hardy's got it, and he's got Bautista. Don't miss the season's first T-shirt Thursday tomorrow. The first 10,000 fans 15 and over at the game will receive the Orioles Gold Glove T-shirt, celebrating the Nick Markakis, Matt Wieters Gold Glove 11 seasons. Don't miss the great addition to your Birdland wardrobe. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com. HAMMEL gets the out. Here's Lynn. Lynn popped out his first time up, and the pitch will be away for a ball.
Jason HAMMEL's definitely got things working for him tonight, you know, with the 4 punch-outs, but also getting a lot of ground balls, so you know that 2-seamer's working well for him. 2
ground ball pitchers in this game going at one another. A lot of similar numbers for HAMMEL and DRABEK. Jason HAMMEL comes in the 7th in ERA at 2.37. And DRABEK is 5th at 2.0 in the American League. Here's the 2-0 delivery, and that's going to miss up high. That's the first 3-0 count we've had in the ball game. 4 strikeouts, no walks so far for Jason HAMMEL. Shift on against Lynn. Hammel just kind of aims that one in and gets it in for a strike, and it goes to 3-1. Lynn with a 1 for 7. Lifetime off Hammel. 3-1. And that'll skip all the way to the backstop, and that will be the first walk.
A little surprised with that pitch right there. I know Lynn, you know, it obviously has power potential, and 3-1 is a hitter's count. But he has so much late life on that two-seamer right now. You know, he should just keep throwing that until somebody hurts him. And I'm not, obviously don't want a home run hit, but, you know, a base hit. I mean, he's getting so many ground balls with that pitch. Just keep firing that in there.
See what he does here with 1 down and a runner on. Thames coming up. He grounded out his first time up. 1 away. That will miss. Coming into the game for Hammel, he had recorded 29 ground ball outs to 12 fly ball outs. What Mike's talking about with it, ground ball numbers that he's put up this year. This is where the numbers have jumped a little bit when somebody gets on base and he works out of the stretch. And that's going to jump here. There's a base hit into left field. And that's the first hit of the ball game to be picked up by Toronto. Comes with 1 away here in the 4th inning. With nobody on, runners have hit just 163. With runners on base against Hammel, 292. Sometimes that's indicative that starters are having trouble working out of the stretch and getting their pitches going.
Right. Well, it is for sure. I mean, we saw that with Jake Arrieta in his last start, where he was so dominant out of the windup, and then 1 inning he was in the stretch and he couldn't get out of the 5th. But, you know, you keep working on that, and the consistent delivery out of the stretch. I mean, Jason Hammel, you know, he has gotten into some trouble in that regard, but, you know, he has to trust that two-seamer, and this is one of those situations where, you know, you hope to induce a ground ball and get a double play and out of this inning.
Encarnacion has been good with runners in scoring position. He will take the pitch, and that is there for a strike. He's hitting .400, 6 for 15. The Orioles are 13th in the league in average with runners in scoring position. 9th for Toronto. 1 ball, 1 strike count. We're in the 4th inning. 1-0 lead on a BETEMIT home run for the Orioles. Toronto getting their first threat, getting their first base runner to second in the ball game. The walk to Lind. He's the lead runner. And Thames with the first hit for Toronto on at first base. Orioles set for the double play with Flaherty holding the runner close at second. Here's the 1-2 delivery. A big cut and a foul ball.
Boy, that was a nasty pitch right there. That had great sink action, late life, down and in. Hard, too, 94, 95 miles an hour. That's the type of pitch that they were looking for.
Encarnacion leads this ball club in RBIs, doubles, extra base hits, and tied for the team lead in home runs with 4. And he'll pump that one the other way, and it'll go foul. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Those numbers tell you why John Farrell, the manager, had put him into the number 4 hole for the ball game yesterday. And he's leading in those big numbers while Lind has been struggling, but took him out of there today. Lind back in the 4 hole. Encarnacion hitting 6th. 1-2 delivery. And that's going to miss down low, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Encarnacion's gotten off to a pretty good power number start. 4 home runs this year, but he's hit for power in the past. 26 home runs back in 2008. 21 home runs in 2010 and 17 last year. So the numbers are kind of going down, but that potential is there.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Hammel's delivery to him, and it's 3-2. This season, Encarnacion has already added a couple of home runs against the Orioles in that wild series in Toronto where each team hit 7 in the 3 games. Encarnacion against the O's is 4 for 17. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs this year. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Runner's not going, and he got him. Hammel came back inside and gets his 5th strikeout.
Well, this is the exploding fastball trick. Boy, that thing rides up and in on him. 94 miles an hour. A lot of late life. Well, you know, this is a great situation. We had talked about Jason Hammel's mound composure. You know, he walks Lynn, base hit to left by Thames, and it doesn't affect him. He stays aggressive. He's pounding the strike zone. Whatever will be, will be. He's not trying to overthrow or do too much. Still very effective with great poise out there.
Brett Lowry, 2 on, 2 down, 7 for 18 with runners in scoring position, a .389 average. And he takes the big count and misses on it, and it's 0-2.
Not the same pitch that he struck Encarnacion out on.
Coming into this ball game for Hammel, he was 3rd in the American League in strikeouts per 9 innings, averaging just under a strikeout an inning. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That is in the air and foul. Lind at second base. Thames on at first. Orioles a 1-0 lead on a BETEMIT home run in the second. And Hammel trying to leave a runner in scoring position and another. He can get Lowrie out of there. The DH with a 4-game hit streak reached on an error. His first time up. 0-2 delivery. And a grounder toward short. Got a charge. Hardy gloves it. And the pick not in time. Bases are loaded. It will be an infield hit for the Toronto DH. And Buck Showalter's going to come out to talk about it.
Well, that was a nice play by J.J. Hardy and a great pick by Chris Davis, who's been working really hard on those picks with DeMarlo Hale, but boy, it looked like it was on time to me. JJ does a nice job coming to get this ball, gets kind of an in-between hop, fires it low, and Davis makes a great pick, and he's out.
By the size of the foot up in the air, should have been out. Tony Randazzo, first base umpire.
Hardy very aggressive on that play, shows his frustration right here. Jason Hammel showed a little frustration as well. He thought he was out. Yeah, he's out. No doubt about it.
So the call goes Toronto's way, and it loads the bases for Colby Rasmus. So Jason Hammel have to work through this one. Bases loaded, 2 down. Rasmus grounded out back to the mound. His first time up in the ball game. Hammel's delivery to him, and that will be up high for a ball. Rasmus 0 for 1 with the bases loaded this year. Toronto as a team 3 for 13 when the sacks are full. He's got a couple of grand slams in his career. 1-0 delivery. 1-1.
Boy, sometimes those calls can be really frustrating, especially as hard as Jason Hammel's working this inning. And J.J. Hardy makes a great aggressive play coming in on that ball. And like I had mentioned, Chris Davis working so hard at first base on his picks, and digs one out for J.J., and the call doesn't go the Orioles' way.
28th pitch of the inning. 1-1 delivery, swung on a miss. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Rasmus. Hammel up to 71 pitches thrown.
Nice pitch once again. He gets that late life up and away. Rasmus can't catch up to this one.
1-2. And just misses inside. Rasmus, a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That's a really good pitch right there, though. I think that's exactly what he wanted to do with that ball. Hard breaking ball down and in.
Another good number for Rasmus. He's 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. Ryan Gorman at third, and it's a full count.
Well, here's a look at that check swing, and he did hold up. Crowd doesn't believe it, though.
So the runners will be going. 3-2, 2 down. Hammel with a big pitch in the middle of the ball game right here against Rasmus. Rasmus will pop it up into the seats. And they'll do it again.
Long inning for Jason. He's working hard. He's had a couple opportunities where he's had to work extra. Obviously the 2 errors early and then this call this inning at first base. He's had to throw some extra pitches.
Lind had the walk. Thames had the single. Lowry had the infield single. Load him up. 3-2 for the second time. Runners go, and he struck him out. 6th strikeout of the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and Toronto leaves them loaded, and the Orioles lead at 1-0. Be a fact, Adam Jones has hit 4 home runs that have either tied the game or given the Orioles the lead. That's 4 out of the 5 that Jones has put out of the ballpark, and 8 RBIs for him. He's 4 go-ahead RBIs, tied for 3rd in the American League. And Adam will lead it off here. Jones, Wieters, and Davis. Great performance by HAMMEL to retire the side with the bases loaded and protect the lead. Each team with 2 hits in the game. Jones popped out his first time up, comes in with a 3-game hit streak into this ball game, and will take the pitch away. Josh Hamilton leads the American League with 8 homers. Wieters is tied for 2nd with Granderson and Napoli. Then Nolan Reimold, Jones, Kinsler, Willingham, Cabrera all have 5, along with Cody Ross. DRABEK with a 2-0 count. He's been falling behind hitters. 1-0, 2-0 in the last couple of innings. Jones will look for one to slug right here. 2-0 deliveries up high.
I asked Adam Jones about his pants because just recently he's pulled his pants up to his knees, and asked him if there was some sort of superstition or if he wanted to, you know, he did something good one night with his pants up, and he said no, some kid said that he looked good with his pants up, so he decided
that's all it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the look. I mean, it's old-time baseball look.
Well, it is an old-time baseball look, and that's exactly what the fan had told Adam Jones. But Jones, he said he just feels a lot slower with his pants up.
And a strike taken on the outside corner. He thought he had to walk there. And the count goes to 3-2.
Well, DRABEK trying to battle back. That pitch down and away just might catch the edge of that box, but it's definitely not the pitch that Jones wants to hit.
And the 3-2 delivery on the way. And Adam will foul it off. Wieters in the on-deck circle had one of those just go skipping by.
Yeah, that's scary.
There aren't many foul balls get hit over there, but when they come, look out.
Yeah, they come in hot. There's no doubt about it. Jones had to protect on that pitch, very similar to the pitch just before that the umpire had called to strike.
And the count at 3-2. And Adam will take it, and this is a walk. That is the second surrendered by DRABEK, and both of them have been leadoff walks. He did that in the last inning. Let's see if the Orioles can do something with this one. Our PNC Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in you. Most RBIs by a catcher if you go back to August 1 of 11. Matt Wieters has got 44. Avila with Detroit, Carlos Santana, Miguel Montero, and J.P. Arancibia, the leaders. And Wieters up there again this season. Wieters grounded out his first time up. Bunting, are you kidding? Oh, my. Down goes Arancibia. Fortunately for him, nobody was running, and he asked for the timeout and gets it.
Yeah, I think JP was a little bit surprised by this bunt attempt by Matt Wieters as well. Firing out of his stance, almost throws the ball back in the dugout. Then he does a little split ski right there.
Don't see that very often, if ever. Runner at first, Jones, and Wieters met it. He was trying to get the bat on the ball. 1 strike to him. Encarnacion moves over closer to third now, and the pitch is taken down low. I asked Jim Presley today, I said, how come the big numbers are coming for Matt Wieters from the left side of the plate, where he's hitting .293 and he's had all 6 home runs? Jim said he's staying back. Last year his hands were coming out ahead on the swing, and he wasn't able to drive the ball. This year the hands are back when he's batting both right and left-handed, and that's created more power, better back control, sees the ball for a longer period of time, and has increased his productivity from the left side of the plate.
Well, there's no doubt about it. And if he can keep that tall frame behind the ball, creates an incredible amount of leverage. And there's a lot of force coming in there when that bat hits the ball.
Wieters really starting to gain recognition all around baseball. Throw over Jones' back as the superstar tag that he had coming to the major leagues with good reason. He is really starting to be fastened now by his own performances, both behind the plate and at the plate.
Well, he shot through the Orioles minor league system, and some people think maybe too quick, but he's making the adjustment up here.
Another double play ball. Johnson, Escobar, and a nice reach by Lynn. Toronto just finds a way. 28th double play they've turned.
Well, DRABEK gets Wieters to hit that ground ball to second base. Kelly Johnson gives it up, and Adam Jones, who's been playing the game so hard and so right, goes in hard to Escobar. And Escobar got a little upset about this, but hey, son, that's the way you play the game. Lucky next time you don't get out in left field.
Here's Chris Davis. Davis will take it up high for a ball. Once upon a time, playing that way was expected, and if you didn't, you heard about it.
Well, you're right, and this is a situation where he's going to go in the dugout, and he might talk to Omar Vizquel. I know we had mentioned Omar being on this team, and he'll probably say something like, well, that wasn't a very nice slide. And Omar will go through a long list of players that tried to take him out over the course of his career, but that is the way you play the game. That's the way you're supposed to play the game. This is Major League Baseball.
Davis on a cut, and grounded out his first time up. Double play turned in each of the innings that DRABEK has given up the leadoff walk. He did it in the third, and he's done it here again in the fourth inning. 1-2 delivery up high. Orioles 1-2-2 in the ball game. The Jays 0-2-1. Jays have left 5, Orioles 2 so far. BETEMIT's home run that came in the second inning is the only run of the ball game. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that'll be in the air to left field. Pretty good wood. Thames going back. Thames at the wall. Goodbye. Home run. Davis gets the long ball for the Orioles. A 2-0 lead on his second homer of the year. Surrendered only 2 home runs in his first 3 starts. He has given up 2 home runs in this ball game, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. BETEMIT's got the other, and he takes the strike.
Well, home runs make everybody happy, and obviously Chris Davis, but this makes him feel really good because his power is to left field. He's shaking his head, not very. He thinks it's just a pop-up, but he is so strong that that's the potential we've been talking about with Chris Davis. He obviously thinks he mishit that ball, but to drive that ball 370 feet or so to left field, very impressive.
Second home run of the year, the first one here at Camden Yards. BETEMIT had the other one in the second inning with 2 down. Davis gets one here in the fourth inning with 2 down. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead. BETEMIT with a 1-ball, 2-strike count on him. And that's going to be taken down low. Well, the Orioles now with 26 home runs on the year. They've out-homered opponents 26-17. While Toronto amazingly has been out-homered 27-21. And that's going to do it in the inning. As BETEMIT is racked up, and that will do it, but not before Davis delivers the blow into the seats in left field and gives the Orioles a 2-0 lead. Times faster than 3G. AT&T. Rethink possible. Beautiful sight on a lovely night. Not such a beautiful sight was the ball leaving the park and DRABEK leaving the mound. Unhappy about the 2 homers he surrendered. Fortunately, his glove is not made of glass. And the pitch is taken for a strike by J.P. Arencibia.
A little frustration right there.
Arencibia, strikeout victim, his first time up. And that goes to first. Boy, he got jammed on that one. Handled by Davis, one away. Saturday will kick off the Orioles Legends Celebration Series, a special pregame ceremony honoring Frank Robinson. Will begin at 5 o'clock. The first Oriole to be honored with a larger-in-life bronze sculpture in the new center field picnic area of Camden Yards. All fans will get the replica sculpture of Frank, and there'll be some great guests on hand as well. So don't miss it. That's Saturday. That'll be at 5 o'clock. 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com/legends. Frank Robinson. And a check swing, and that goes back into the screen. ESCOBAR has grounded out and struck out. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's a strike on the outside corner. ESCOBAR pulled the bat back thinking the pitch was away. Now finds himself behind on the count 0-2.
Well, he had a little fastball run up and in on him that he tried to check swing, and then he got surprised by that slider down the line.
And he's gone. 0 for his last 11. And that's 7 strikeouts for Jason HAMMEL.
Yeah, Jason makes quick work of ESCOBAR right here. 3 pitches, and you go take a seat.
He had 10 strikeouts in his last start against the White Sox, and that tied his career high in Ks, and he's well on his way to that number, maybe something over it here in this ball game. 2 quick outs. Here's Kelly Johnson. Johnson has struck out twice, and the pitch is outside for a ball.
Well, it would be nice if he had a quick inning. Obviously, these 2 quick outs are crucial because of that long 4th inning he had.
1-0 delivery in the way. Johnson takes it up high. Johnson's got 18 strikeouts, but he's also got 14 walks. He's picked up a double and 4 home runs for extra base hits for the second baseman. 2-0 delivery on the way, and he'll foul that one back, and it goes to 2-1.
We talked about Johnson coming over here in a trade, and the Blue Jays getting rid of a couple of their well, Aaron Hill was drafted by the Blue Jays. They traded away John McDonald as well.
2-1, 2-2.
Alex Anthopoulos, the GM with Toronto, has done a real good job of kind of mixing things up, taking chances on trades, and they've gotten some good players in return. Of course, DRABEK coming over here, they traded Roy Halladay away. And that's a big move to trade Roy Halladay out of Toronto.
Weren't going to be able to afford him, so tried to get as much as they could before that big payday came.
Right, they got a young, great arm in Kyle DRABEK.
2-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down on Kelly Johnson. Johnson to first. Davis. He'll whip one over to HAMMEL, who covers, and a 1-2-3 inning. Jason HAMMEL on the money in this one. Orioles lead at 2-0. Davis getting them, and that's been the story besides the starting pitching. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordick back here, and that starting pitching again looks good, and Jason HAMMEL's getting it done.
He's done a great job. He had that one rough inning in the 4th inning where the umpire, didn't give him the call, but battled through that and finished up that inning with a strikeout. So he's done a super job, very effective with his 2-seamer, keeping him off speed and mixing things up quite a bit. He's having a great night.
That's 3 key moments in the game. We talk about players picking each other up. There were errors committed early with 2 down, putting a runner on base. He got the next out, and then the call that went against him, bases loaded, where there should have been an out, and he gets over that.
Well, no doubt about it. We talked about his composure and his mound presence earlier. Well, this guy does not get bothered by situations like that. He says, what the heck? He goes right at guys, stays aggressive, and he's had success so far this game doing that.
And now Kyle DRABEK has got to try and do the same thing, try and keep his composure. Unhappy, of course, with the home run he surrendered, but it's only a 2-0 ball game. And a big cut. Mike Reynolds, a strikeout victim his first time up. DRABEK, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in the ball game. HAMMEL's had a walk and 7 strikeouts. It'll be Reynolds, Flaherty, and the top of the order, Endy, Chavez. 1-1 delivery. Comes inside under the hands with that, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, Reynolds taking a deep breath, hoping to get himself going this year. Off to a very slow start.
And a check swing that he couldn't hold up on. 0 for his last 17 at the plate. Had only 1 at bat against DRABEK coming in, 0 for 1 against the pitcher. DRABEK, you see, pretty much even up ball strikes in this one. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's outside. And it'll go full 3-2.
Well, I know when you're struggling, having a hard time as a hitter, you go through an extended slump, it seems like every pitcher you face is just filthy. And DRABEK's making some tough pitches right now on Reynolds.
This is the 8th 3-ball count of the ball game. Slow roller. Encarnacion can't get it. And as Reynolds himself said, sometimes it's a blast, sometimes it's a bloop, sometimes it's a slow roller and an infield hit to get you out of a slump.
Yeah, that hopefully is the ticket right there to get Mark Reynolds going. Chops the ball a little bit. Not a smart decision by Encarnacion. You know, the rule down there at third base is if that ball's rolling, you should glove it. And he made a wrong decision there because Mark Reynolds doesn't run as well, probably an average runner. Probably had plenty of time to glove that ball and make the transfer into his throwing hand.
Now Flaherty, hard throw over, playing the bunt. Encarnacion at third base already moving in. Flaherty drew a walk his first time up. The Orioles get their 4th hit of the ball game, out hitting the Jays now 4-2. Reynolds off first. Encarnacion stays in at third. Flaherty does indeed try and bunt, missed it, and did go after it, and it's a strike. Ryan Flaherty with his start at second base tonight, and batting in the 9th spot in the lineup.
Well, you know, with the Orioles having the lead right here 2-0, I would think they're going to tend to be a little bit more aggressive on the bases situationally.
There's another ground ball. It is amazing. Oh, thrown away. ESCOBAR. Flaherty will make the turn and go to second base. ESCOBAR didn't realize the speed of Flaherty, and he looked over, saw how close he was, and gunned it.
Yeah, he did. He gunned it and about hit somebody in the third row. He's lucky that ball didn't hit anybody up there, but a ground ball here to Johnson. Gets the flip. I want to tell you something right now. With Adam Jones going in as hard as he did, sometimes that has an effect on a shortstop. You know, knowing that this team plays the game hard, and he rushed that a little bit. And the Orioles take advantage of the error, and Ryan Flaherty ends up on second base.
So fielder's choice and an error. The out at second. First out. Endy Chavez 0 for 2. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Orioles 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position in the ball game tonight. Endy Chavez 2 for 5 in those situations so far. So another chance at a double play, but this time Toronto can't get it done.
Well, Flaherty had an interview earlier with Jim Hunter, and he had talked about just wanting to get on base. Well, he's been on base a couple times tonight. One by way of a walk and one by way of an error.
That's how you get it started.
Sure is.
The hit will come.
It will.
Get on, contribute that way.
It'll definitely come.
Chavez with an 0-2 count. Orioles up 2-0.
If nothing else, it'll make him feel more comfortable just playing the game. You know?
DRABEK. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Chavez. A real hatchet swing right there, and DRABEK gets his 3rd strikeout.
Well, that was kind of a funky swing. I think obviously just trying to protect. Maybe he thought that ball was going to break down a little bit more, but sometimes you just battle with 2 strikes, and he was unable to make contact on that one. Flaherty
stays at second. DRABEK gets his 3rd strikeout, and here's Hardy. He has doubled and flied out. J.J. Hardy will take the strike. Hardy's got a 2 for 12 going with runners in scoring position. Hardy last year had a very solid year in these situations. He hit .305. 0-1 count. O's look to add to their lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Outside, Aaron Sebia with a nice stop. Count goes to 1-1.
Well, those stops become really important. You know, Matt Wieters, we see him do it all the time, but to give JP Aaron Sebia some credit right there, if that ball gets by him,
and Ryan Flaherty ends up in third, then DRABEK won't be able to throw those nasty pitches, or will be more tentative to throw those nasty pitches.
Great location as he catches the outside corner. So hitters still trying to pick up a base hit against DRABEK with runners in scoring position. 0 for 13 on the year. Flaherty is that runner out there for the Orioles. DRABEK 1-2. Hardy will take it outside. Aaron Sebius scoops it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Orioles alerts, you can't miss, including starting lineups and in-game updates. Text Orioles 29292. Two count. No breeze at all in the ballpark at the moment. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Hardy to third, right at Encarnacion. No runs, 1 hit, an error, and a base runner left on. Continued pitching duel here at Camden Yards. Orioles up 2-0.
Night tonight. He's got 6 strikeouts tonight. A lot of life on that 2-seamer and a nasty breaking ball. Up, riding up fastballs, up and in. A lot of movement, challenging hitters. He's only given up 2 hits on the night through 5 innings. Nice line by Jason. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 base on ball, and 7 Ks.
And he's continued getting the ground ball outs. 9 ground ball outs recorded in the ball game. Came in with 29 of them and only 12 fly ball outs entering this game. He'll try and keep that pitch count down as we go to the 6th inning. And the pitch will be in there for a strike. So Bautista has led off 2 innings now. If you're the opponent, that's exactly where you want it, even if he is struggling. 0 for 6 in the first 2 games here. Bautista will swing at a ball down and away 0-2.
Another good breaking ball by HAMMEL. And we talked about him having 4 pitches that he can throw for strikes, boy, but that 2-seamer and that breaking ball are pretty devastating tonight.
That will miss outside. Bautista against the Orioles this year has had only 3 hits in 17 at-bats. As the Orioles have the lead 3-1 in the season series. 1-2 delivery and a chopper, third, and right by everybody. That's a base hit. BETEMIT got over in front of Hardy. Hardy couldn't see it. CHAVEZ gets it in after a big turn was made by Bautista, and Bautista's got a leadoff single.
Well, it was going to be a pretty tough play to BETEMIT's forehand. Tries to take a deep angle, but tips it off his glove and screens JJ. JJ was kind of playing over in the hole, and he was in a great position to make a routine backhand play, and ball just got tipped off BETEMIT's glove.
So Bautista will get the single as the third baseman and the shortstop talking here because they're going to move Hardy way over to second. Lind has popped out and has drawn a walk. And Lind will take that one to the gap in left center field on the charge. Jones, he'll get there. Bautista was already down to second base. He's got to come back. Long fly ball out for Lind.
Nice ranging play by Jones right there.
Take a look at our east winds in this ball game. David Ortiz is off to a tremendous start. You take that batting average, he leads the league in that 1200 OPS. That is the best he's had in a dozen years. Hideki Matsui signed today, minor league, Tampa Bay. They wanted some extra depth from the left side of the plate. And Derek Jeter, too old, 349 average since returning from that calf injury he had last July and having a great start this year. Line drive to second and a double play. Thames with the liner to Flaherty to Davis. Only 3 batters faced in the inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Orioles lead it. OneBeach.com. Those two fine people have been sitting on the beach. There's a guy on the left-hand side who wants to run into the picture. We're trying to, oh, jeez. Every time we try and hold him out, he goes jogging by.
They've been on vacation for a long time down there, haven't they?
A long time. Sitting on that beach, watching that beautiful surf roll in. Here's Nick Markakis. And the pitch is taken down low for a ball. Markakis 0 for 2, reached on an error and is grounded out. Markakis, Jones, and Wieters in the middle of the order. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Orioles have a 2-0 lead, looking to make it 2 in a row against Toronto. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
Very similar pitch to the very first pitch. Nick kind of rolls his eyes about that.
DRABEK with a 1-1. Floats it in and just misses. Colby Rasmus playing a fairly shallow center field here against Nick Markakis, isn't he?
He is. He has pretty good range out there, but boy, and shading the left.
Ooh.
There's a huge gap out in right center right now.
Anything to right center is a triple. 3 ball, 1 strike count. There's Rasmus. Off to a real good start. Real fine center fielder. Talks to himself. Disc jockey out in the field. Check swing. Did he go? They check at third. No, according to Brian Gorman. So Markakis gets the walk, and the Orioles get the leadoff man on. The 3rd time DRABEK has issued a leadoff walk in the ball game. All 3 walks.
And he did hold his swing right there.
Well, Adam Jones gets another chance. DRABEK also has lived up to the standards he sets. 8 ground balls tonight, only 1 fly ball out. That's why he's had a chance at these double plays. 2 picked up, 1 they couldn't. Here's Jones. He has popped up, drawn a walk. 1 for 8 lifetime off DRABEK. Markakis off first base.
Well, DRABEK's utilized that 2-seamer as well, much like Jason HAMMEL. That was a 4-seamer right there, but he predominantly has been throwing a 2-seamer that runs over the plate and back over the plate, and I think that's obviously why he induces so many ground balls.
Adam Jones with a check at third, and DeMarlo Hale. The sign's over to Markakis. 0-1 count. Runner not going. Swung on and missed. And the count goes to 0-2. We have had two really well pitched games so far in this series. Henderson Alvarez went last night, took the loss. Tommy Hunter bested him. And tonight, Hammel and DRABEK going at it.
Right, and they both have had to work. A couple errors on both sides, making the young pitchers work a little bit harder tonight.
0-2 count. Markakis stays. That will be fouled off. And Jones will continue to hit with the 0-2 count on him. Real tough at bats. Now, do you send Markakis to try and avoid another ground ball double play?
Well, pretty tough with 2 strikes right now and no balls. I mean, DRABEK can waste a couple pitches if he wants up and away if they feel that Markakis may run.
Runner not going. Pitch down and away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. The first warm-up action, the left-hander, Evan Crawford in the bullpen. 94 pitches have been thrown by DRABEK so far in the game. He's thrown in his 3 starts 91, 103, and 100 pitches. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Long hold, runner not going. Down to third and foul again as Jones battles him.
I personally wouldn't mind seeing Markakis run. I mean, Bucket talked about wanting to put the pressure on the defense in spring training, being more aggressive on the bases. And I think when you have a lead, I know it's just a battle between these 2 pitches, but a 2-run lead here in the 6th, with no outs, it'd be a good time to be aggressive.
This is where Adams had his problems with runners on base, hitting only 161, 421 when there's nobody on. A real big disparity overall. That's a 300 batting average. Markakis, everybody looking over to third here, at least to get Toronto thinking about Markakis running. Nick has stepped off a half a step in addition to the lead now. Not going though. 1-2, and that will miss away. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Jones working a nice at bat right here. There are 2 sides to everything. Obviously you'd like to see a team be aggressive on the bases, but Baltimore's putting up some really good power numbers, and you see who's lurking in the on-deck circle. Matt Wieters, Chris Davis hit a home run tonight, so the power threats are all through the lineup, and you just don't want to run yourself out of innings.
2-2 the count. DRABEK another look. There goes Markakis. A shot right to him and a double play. Oh, you talk about having it just right defensively that time. That's a base hit up the middle if Markakis is not running.
All right. He gets stung here. Obviously, Orioles being aggressive and sending Markakis, but man, oh man, just tough luck. Kelly Johnson covering. Adam Jones has a great at bat. Line drive up the middle, unfortunately, for a double play.
So the third double play pulled, and now 2 down. Here's Matt Wieters. DRABEK has found a way to get away with those leadoff walks in the inning. Leadoff walk in the 3rd inning. Chavez hits into the double play of the next batter. Jones leadoff walk in the 4th. Wieters hits into the double play. Leadoff walk here in the 6th. Markakis. Jones lines into a double play. Matt Wieters 0 for 2 in the ball game. And 1 for 5 in the series. Pitch is taken inside. 100 pitches thrown by Kyle DRABEK.
I don't think DRABEK likes living on the edge like that.
No.
The leadoff guy on base, but he has had some luck tonight. Losing the double plays.
He came in getting 70% of leadoff batters this season, which is right about where you want it to be. That's a good number, good solid number. Jason Hammel has been a little better, even 74% of leadoff batters retired, and he's allowed only 1 to reach in this game. And towards the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So Waiters extends his hit streak to 4 ball games, a 2-out single. Take a look at this day of baseball history, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. In '78, the Philly Fanatic made his debut at Veterans Stadium, and the rest is history. In '98, on the road to the record, Cal Ripken, he played in his 2,500th consecutive game. And in '01, it was Rickey Henderson breaking the career walks record, getting his 2,063rd career free pass. Make memories of your own this summer. Book your vacation at OCOcean.com. First ball hitting, Chris Davis pops it up left field. Thames is there, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6 complete at Camden Yards on this beautiful night. 2-0 Orioles.
Defense. And here's our Home Depot plays of the night. Ryan Flaherty, line drive to double off potential Blue Jays rally.
Defense has really made a difference in this ball game for both of these teams. The double plays turned. HAMMEL up to 92 on the pitch count. His pitch counts have been 97, 97, and 108 in the 3 starts he's made this year. And we're in the 7th inning. 2-5-2 for the Orioles, 0-3-2 for the Jays. Jays have left 5 on base, including 1 with the bases loaded. The Orioles have stranded 4. Orioles have left 2 in scoring position. The Jays have left 2. And the strike taken. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Encarnacion leading it off with an 0-for-2.
Only the 4th inning, only the tough inning for Jason HAMMEL. He could have potentially had 5 1-2-3 innings. You know, there was an error made in the first. He retired the next guy to get the out. Error made in the second. Got the 3rd out right after that. And he's had 3 1-2-3 innings.
A lot of ground balls. That's a base hit. Seeing eye single. Encarnacion starts the 7th inning off with his first hit of the ball game. And our PNC postgame coming up, brought to you by PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Jim and Rick will be along. Mike will join them for the analysis. You'll hear Buck in the press conference. Player interviews and more coming up after the ball game. Jays with hit number 4. Second time the leadoff man has been on. That 6th inning was when Bautista reached, and you saw that double play that took him off first base to end the inning on that line drive to second. Now the leadoff man on in the 7th inning. Lowrie's raced on an error and has singled. He's got a 5-game hit streak and is 3 for 4 now against HAMMEL. Facing him for the first time this season and doing pretty well against him. Short lead at first base. Bullpen now active for the Orioles. Matt Lidstrom up and throwing. Jim Johnson, the Orioles closer, is not available again We certainly hope Jim is feeling better. It's been a tough few days, battling flu-like symptoms in the hospital. So Jim, thinking of you. 1-0 delivery on the way. Jason Birkin is here on the roster for Robert Andino as he and his wife celebrated the birth of their third child today in Miami. You'll probably miss tomorrow's game as well, and then we'll be back. So there's Birkin in the center. We've been with the Orioles a lot last year, and now back up in the pen tonight. LAWRIE, 1-1 delivery to him, and the slider is going to miss up and away. 2-1. DH tonight. Rasmus waiting on deck.
Yeah, they're recalling Jason Birkin. He had an unfortunate setback in spring training, straining his hamstring, so that kind of set him back for a while, and it's good to see him back up here. We don't know the length of his stay, but it's nice to see that he's pitching well enough to be back here.
Again, the hard throw by HAMMEL. ENCARNACION goes back to the bag. There you see the pitches, that fourth inning when the bases were loaded and left that way. As Mike said, the long innings tonight for HAMMEL. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Runner not going. Right on the outside corner.
Great pitch right there. Nice hard slider. Hits his spot right on the corner of the plate. Locks up LAWRIE.
The count goes to 2-2. Nobody out. HAMMEL trying to keep that double play in order. And that will be fouled back over the screen.
Boy, he's been really effective. Obviously, the last pitch we saw, that slider away, and then he runs that fastball just driving up and in. I mean, his stuff is electric tonight. He looks really good.
Waiters gets the sign from the dugout on whether to throw over, step off, hold the ball. Regarding the runner at first base. 2-2. Runner not going again. Ground ball back to the mound. HAMMEL will go to Hardy. Hardy's got a hustle. Not in time, but they get the lead runner. First out of the inning. The Junior Orioles Dugout Club, Birdland's best value. Kids 14 and under, 10 games. They get a great hat, membership card, backpack, and more, only $20. There are giveaway items at the ball games, and family and friends get tickets starting as low as $6. First Dugout Club game Saturday. And encourage all the fans to get your tickets in advance. 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com/Dugout Club. You too could have a hat like that. You don't need that to be in the Dugout Club, but it certainly helps get you right to the front of the line. And if you got the beads to go with it, you are in. The pitch is outside for a ball. There's Rasmus.
I saw some people out in L.A. last week that they weren't hats. They had hair like that.
You complaining?
Just, you never know what you're going to see out there in L.A.
I like that look the kids have in that little mohawk going there. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Rasmus with a rainmaker to center. Jones. We could have helped NASA get their next ship to the moon if you'd have put all the pop-ups and fly balls we've had back-to-back in this first 2 games here in the series. Just move sky shots.
So high.
And off ground ball pitchers, no less. That is the second out of the inning. So remaining at first base, LAWRIE with 2 down, and here's Aaron Sebia. He has struck out and grounded out in the game. HAMMEL's delivery to him. That's in the air, right center field. Jones going over. Plenty of time. He got it. HAMMEL works through that leadoff single. 7th inning stretch time at Camden Yards. The Orioles have a 2-0 lead. Camden Yards as this pitching duel continues, and the Orioles using the home runs to get where they are. And just another impressive, well-played game by both these teams.
Well, not defensively. Early on, they both had a little bit of trouble. Wilson BETEMIT made up for that with that home run in the second or third inning, his first at bat. And then Chris Davis drives one the other way. Orioles lead 2-0.
How about the home run ball? I'm not sure. I mean, we knew there were home runs, thought there were home runs in this lineup for the Orioles, but they're coming at the most opportune times, even though most of them were solo home runs.
Well, they sure are. And, you know, obviously they'd like to have guys on base, but, you know, if you hit solo home runs and it helps your team take the lead or win a ball game, then so be it. They'll take what they can.
And the difference has been the starting pitching, which has taken this ball club deep in games, saved the bullpen so it can be fresh for these ball games.
Boy, that's been a key all year, hasn't it? You know, if our starting pitching can get to the 6th, 7th inning and get to our bullpen that has been so strong in the course of this early season, we're going to have a lot more success.
The Orioles doing a real good job in these close ball games, and it looks as though they're going to go to the bullpen here as HAMMEL passed the 100 pitch mark in that last half inning. He's being congratulated for the start he's made. And going to the bullpen, Evan Crawford has come on for DRABEK as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. DRABEK did a heck of a job. He had 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. He gave up the 2 runs on 5 hits in this game. So now the Orioles are going to take a look at the left-hander, as it will be BETEMIT, Reynolds, and Flaherty. Switching over.
There's Wilson BETEMIT hitting that home run, his second home run of the season, to center field. Great extension. He's strong hitter. Good pitch, and drives it for a home run.
And BETEMIT chose bunt, and he wanted to, but could not get the bat on that one. And it is a strike to him. He was a strikeout victim his last time up. BETEMIT with a home run and 6 RBIs on the season. Left-hander. Pitch that bears down and in. Not much on it speed-wise, but certainly had a lot of movement on it. BETEMIT 2 for 11 against left-handers. Both of the home runs have come against right-handers. And a swing and a miss. BETEMIT's retired, 1 away.
Well, he gets him with he's got a herky-jerky delivery and a big breaking ball that goes down and in. Gets him swinging.
Garver gets a strikeout. One away. Here's Reynolds. And the off-speed delivery is in there for a strike. For Reynolds on the year, 2 for 6 against left-handers. Here's the 0-1. Corkscrew delivery and a foul ball. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report coming up tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Tom Davis, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood, Dave Johnson. All around baseball, live interviews, looking at batting practice tomorrow at 5. Right here on Masson. Crawford, the left-hander, started in the minors, called up on the 22nd of April. Major League debut was made against the Orioles. He worked an inning in Toronto against the O's, gave up 1 hit and had 1 strikeout. John Farrell adding the left-hander to the bullpen very early in the season. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Reynolds got out of the 0 for 17 with an infield single in the 5th inning, and now we'll look to build on that.
Boy, you know that makes him feel good. Obviously didn't hit the ball quite the way he wanted to, but a hit's a hit, and it's a line drive in the box tomorrow.
And that's going to be another one into center field. So Reynolds with a 2-hit ball game gets a 1-out single here in the 7th inning. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow. It will be the season finale. Maybe a chance for a sweep for the Orioles. Ryan Mattis takes the mound against Drew Hutchinson. Our coverage on Masson HD begins at 6:30. O's Extra, presented by Jeep, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on Masson. Hutchinson's another one of those young pitchers that they really like.
Yeah, they have some great young arms. They also have depth in their whole minor league system. Toronto is going to be an organization to contend with, I think, for a few years coming.
Ryan Flaherty to second base. Oh, Johnson, Escobar. Here's another one. Unbelievable. Doesn't matter who's pitching, they keep getting these ground balls and turning these double plays as Kelly Johnson had to short hop this. Great play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left.
The Geico highlights. Second inning, Wilson BETEMIT goes deep to center field off DRABEK. Josh HAMMEL induces a ground ball to Brett Lowrey, but not without an argument from Buck Showalter. HAMMEL gets Colby Rasmus striking out, and Chris Davis goes deep to left field. Game summary. Wilson BETEMIT obviously hitting that home run in the second, and Davis hitting his home run in the fourth. Josh HAMMEL had a great outing, going 7 innings, giving up just 4 hits. And here's where we stand, 2-0 Orioles.
Matt Lidstrom comes out of the bullpen for the Orioles. HAMMEL out of there. What a performance, as he gave up no runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts in the ball game for the Oriole starter. It's just a really great start. YUNEL Escobar, top of the order, 0 for 3, 0 for 7 so far in the series. Lidstrom making his second appearance against the Jays this year. Worked an inning in Toronto, giving up 2 runs, but they were both unearned runs, walking 1 and striking out 1. So the top of the order, big outs here in the 8th. The 0-2 delivery, and that will miss up high.
You gotta love
Lidstrom 1 and 2.
You have to love the power arms that are coming out of the Orioles bullpen. Lidstrom throwing, 96, 97, 98 miles an hour. He's touched 100 in his career. Pedro Strop.
Escobar chasing, he's gone.
And of course Jim Johnson. So he's throwing 97, and then here is a filthy breaking ball down and away to get Escobar.
Another strikeout. HAMMEL with 7, Lidstrom with 1, and that will bring up Johnson. Kelly Johnson 0 for 3, 2 for 6 in the series. Lidstrom's pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Johnson 1 for 5 lifetime off Lidstrom. Only inning where Toronto was threatened came in the 4th, where they loaded the bases but could not get that big hit as Jason HAMMEL struck out Colby Rasmus to end the 4th. 2 strike count on Kelly Johnson, and that will miss down low, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Johnson's seen 3 pitches, a 96 mile an hour fastball for the first pitch, a little 2-seamer, then 98 up, and then that nasty slider. And another one right there.
Lidstrom with a 2-ball 2-strike count. Buck Showalter has used the bullpen in these games where the starters have gone deep for 1 inning's worth of work. Exactly the way he wants it. Either 1 or 2 relievers to get to whomever's going to close on the night. They each work an inning. 2-2 delivery, ground ball back to the mound. 2 down. Take a look at our PNC minor league report, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. John Rudiger, during the 9-game hit streak at Delmarva, hitting 400, 9 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. Rudy.
There's a lot of great young talent in Delmarva this year. And if anybody wants to go down and take a look at them, obviously Dylan Bundy down there, but Rudiger, Esposito's down there, Nick Delmonico, a lot of great young talent. Yeah, it's not far away at all.
Not too far away. There's the signposts. Only 33 to Bowie, 47 to Frederick. Ball's fouled away by Jose Bautista. 10,415 the announced attendance tonight. 10,415. A 2-strike count on Bautista. Singled his last time up, 1 for 3 in the game, and 1 for 7 in the 2-game set. Lidstrom's pitch swung on, foul tipped, and that's that. So Lidstrom keeps it going. 2 strikeouts here in the 8th inning, and the Orioles a 2-0 lead. $50 to support the American Heart Association Heart Walk. To date, the Orioles have drawn 44 free passes for $2,200. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Jason Frazier out of the bullpen. Crawford came on, the left-hander, worked 1 inning, gave up 1 hit. DRABEK 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 hits. Jason Frazier's done a lot of work in his lifetime in this organization. He's the all-time leader in the Toronto baseball history in appearances by a pitcher, 462 times, and he is 3rd in the franchise history in innings pitched. So Frazier will come on in the bottom of the 8th inning to face the top of the order, try and hold the Orioles. Another tight, close ball game. Endy Chavez to lead it off.
Endy over 3 tonight, but he can put some pressure on the defense. He's obviously, he can handle the bat. He's shown bunt a couple times. Wouldn't be surprised if he shows it early in this at bat.
Endy Chavez an 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 7 in the 2-game set. Encarnacion moves in at 3rd base. Frazier working out of the stretch, and Chavez will take that one for a strike. Chavez 0 for 1 in the only time he has faced Frazier. hitting just 143 on the year, 1 RBI. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him, and that is on the inside corner. Quickly, Frazier gets ahead of him as the count goes to 0-2. Frazier last worked on the 19th. He's had a break against Tampa Bay, inning in 2/3. He gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts, but not an effective inning in 2/3. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Chavez reaching, little roller, and Celia gets it. We've checked this numbers about 100 times. I really can't believe this, but since 2000, the most consecutive wins when allowing 2 or fewer runs is owned by the Yankees, then the Brewers, and then the Orioles. The Orioles with 54 consecutive wins, consecutive now, when allowing 2 or fewer runs. That's unbelievable.
It really is, considering the Orioles' struggles here recently.
Yeah. And pitching, which over the last decade has not been that good. Yet, they've got the 54 consecutive wins when allowing 2 or fewer runs in a game.
Well, that might be the key.
Well,
let's
allow the opposition to
fewer.
none. You got a good chance to win. It's an old adage, but that's why it's old. It's true. And that's fouled off. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. Jason Hammel with a great performance. No runs, 4 hits over 7. For Chris Davis tonight, he's had one of the 2 home runs, and Wilson BETEMIT has had the other. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 31826. Wilson BETEMIT got his home run in the 2nd inning, his 2nd. Davis got his in the 4th, his 2nd. Both coming off DRABEK, the starter, who had given up only 2 home runs coming into the game. 2-strike count on J.J. Hardy. A double, 1 for 3 in the ball game. And that pitch is on the outside corner. So Frazier gets the strikeout. 2 down. 2 down, 8th inning. Voting for the All-Star game this year now open at Orioles.com. Honor the Camden Yards 20th anniversary with at least 20 votes online. You get to vote a total of 25 anyway. One lucky winner is going to get an autographed jersey from the 2012 Orioles All-Star. So vote often. Vote Orioles, Orioles.com/All-Star. Waiters has had an All-Star appearance before and certainly looks like he's headed to another. One of the worthy candidates to be considered as time goes by for the All-Star game in Kansas City. Nick Markakis has reached on an error, grounded out and drawn a walk. Frazier with a 1-0 delivery to him. Big cut and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strop had been warming up, sits down. He picked up his first major league save in the ballgame last night and may get a shot at another. The way it stands right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Frazier's pitch, and that's there. And the count will go to 1-2 on Nick Markakis.
Nick Markakis took a pretty healthy cut at that 1-1 fastball. Finally got a pitch middle in and took a great rip at it, but unable to catch up with it.
Markakis 0 for 7 off Frazier. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that will be up high. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles after their 11th win of the season. Both Toronto and the O's come in 10-7. And the Orioles after their 4th win in 5 games against Toronto. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Frazier's pitch, and it's going to be up high. So the count's full, 3-2 with 2 down here in the 8th.
They played a few really good games. Obviously, we've been talking about what they did yesterday. Tommy Hunter having a great performance, but you know, that last game in Anaheim was a well-pitched game by Chen, and to come away with a great victory there too.
Here's the 3-2. Markakis is on with a walk. Second walk he's had in the ball game. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Adam Jones, 0 for 2 and a walk. Get into a line drive double play in the 6th inning when Markakis was on first and running on the pitch. Johnson went over to cover second, the second baseman, and the line drive went right to him. And he doubled off Markakis easily with Markakis running.
It's some frustrating stuff as a hitter. You know, you see, well, tonight we've seen some infield hits, you know, choppers off the plate for base hits, and then you put a great swing, probably an A swing, line drive up the middle, and the second baseman's covering and hit into a double play. Very frustrating.
Adam Jones with a big rip. Jones trying to continue a 3-game hit streak with this at bat, taking the 0 for so far in the ball game tonight.
Well, he was trying to hit it where fielders don't play.
Yes.
And that swing.
He's 6 for 16 with a couple of home runs and 3 RBIs against the Jays this year. Frazier with the 0-1 count. And another cut on a slider moving down and away. Jones is only 1 for 10 off Frazier. Those kind of pitches probably why.
That's a filthy pitch. Oof. Bottom drops right out of it.
John Farrell, the manager, former pitcher, started in the Cleveland organization. Was with the Red Sox, of course. Mike Showalter, his ball club, playing some tight, close games with real good starting pitching. Has given them a chance to win it. They took advantage of it last night and trying to do it again tonight. Frazier, the 0-2 delivery. Jones will take it up high. And it goes to 1-2.
I met John Farrell yesterday. First time.
Really?
I had played against him before, but never met him face to face. Seems like a really nice guy.
Wonderful man.
He is. Put together a really nice coaching staff, too. Good people on that staff.
1-2 delivery, pitch out. But Markakis isn't going. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Follow the Orioles with MLB.com at Bat 12 app, iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Just text at bat 31826. Adam Jones with a 2-ball, 2-strike count and 2 down. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. And again, really concerned about Markakis here. I'm kind of surprised they're spending this much time on it with 2 down.
Yeah, well, he ran into that double play the last time when Jones was up.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good lead over there. Not going. 2-2, and that is down the line and a fair ball. It'll roll into the corner. Thames over to get it. They're going to wave home Jones. Here's the throw to the shortstop cutoff man. It gets away and a big run at it. A 3-0 lead. Jones gets the double and an RBI.
Great at bat by Adam Jones. Great hustle by Nick Markakis. Boy, he had a patient at bat, took some tough pitches, and drives this ball down the left field line. Markakis hustling around. DeMarlo Hale, gutsy call, sends him in there. 2 outs, why not, right? You got to do it. Stay aggressive. You had the lead. With 2 outs, you can afford to take those chances.
DeMarlo Hale is so good at reading the outfielders, and he knows obviously what they're out there for arms, but he has a great ability to read where that ball's going, how much time it's going to take. He read that one perfectly. And Jones gets a big 2-out RBI. That's his 9th RBI. And Matt Wieters gets a shot, a single, 1 for 3. Orioles 3 runs on 7 hits now. And Wieters will take it for a strike.
Well, that's a big run. I mean, one of these days the Blue Jays offense is going to wake up. And it's crucial to make as many marks as you can off a potentially potent offense like the Toronto Blue Jays.
0-1 delivery to Wieters. Wieters a 1 for 6 lifetime off Fraser. One ball, 1 strike count. So a little more breathing room with that double picked up by Jones. What he's been trying to do here, get those hits with runners in scoring position that hadn't been coming. He gets a big one right there. 1-1 delivery. Wieters will take it on the inside corner for a strike.
Well, if Matt keeps hitting home runs the opposite way and the fastballs away, they're going to continue to pound him in. And you've seen a couple good fastballs on the inner part of the plate this at bat to Matt Wieters.
6 home runs, 13 RBIs, all from the left side of the plate. 1-2 the count. Shift on. Escobar behind second. And down low, Arancibia with a stop. And the count goes to 2-2. Orioles had not done much with the 2-out RBIs in this ball game, but Markakis scores on that 2-out RBI base hit. Orioles were hitting just 196 with runners in scoring position and 2 down. And Adam Jones gets his second hit in 9 such attempts. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Wieters. Fraser puts it in. Escobar, who was shaded that way, will make the play and get the out. But the Orioles will get the run on a hit. No errors. 1 left. 3 outs away from a win. Find our fares online only at southwest.com and by Dodge. See your authorized Dodge dealer and experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com and check out their powerful lineup. Well, Chaz Ford, his first 2 major league saves in back-to-back ball games. Pedro Strop is on again to try and get it done.
He sure is. He had a great outing last night. A lot of excitement here, getting his first save. He's a confident young man. Throws the ball hard. Has some great stuff.
We are in the 9th inning. Lind, Thames, Encarnacion are due up. Adam Lind, 0 for 2 and a walk in the ball game. Strop's pitch will be up high for a ball. The Orioles are also trying to pick up their first shutout of the season. Their last shutout, September 9 last year at Toronto. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that's going to go into left field for a base hit. So the Jays get what they needed to start this inning, and that's a base runner to start the ninth. With 9 strikeouts tonight, Donna, you have won a total of $1,400 from the Maryland Lottery. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, play Strike It Rich scratch-offs and enter your non-winning ticket codes at mdlottery.com/strikeitRich. And Donna, maybe more here in the ninth inning. Thames got his first home run of the year last night. He's picked up a single in this ball game. 1 for 3. 5 hits for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays have not been shut out this year. Strope's 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be up high. He goes to 2-0. BETEMIT comes over from third base to have a word. Got some power here with LAWRIE and Rasmussen in the bottom part of this order that they can get to if they can get on base. 2-1 strike count. Our updating on the AT&T player of the game. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. The results in the O's Extra post-game show. Jason Hammel waiting to see if he's going to be 3-0. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Foul back again.
Well, it's good to see he got back in the strike zone. Wilson BETEMIT must have said something positive to him or jumped him a little bit, but sometimes it's nice. I mean, you lose a little bit of control out there on the mound, and any position player or catcher just comes in and says a little something just to take your mind off that, because you tend to get locked in on.
Ground ball knocked down by Strope, but he's not going to have a play anywhere. That'll be an infield hit at first base. Thames with that great speed, and Toronto's going to bring the potential tying run to the plate here in the ninth inning.
Well, he makes a good pitch, gets the ground ball, but just off the inside of his glove and just bounces far enough away to get a base hit out of it.
Toronto making a run at it here in the top half of the ninth inning. Rajai Davis is going to come on and run. He has tremendous speed at first base. Rajai Davis, who had been with Oakland. Runners at first and second. Encarnacion coming up. Hit number 6 for the Jays. And the first time that they have had the first 2 men up in an inning on base. The Jays are 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position in the ball game. They have stranded 6, including the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Encarnacion with a single, 1 for 3 in the game. Strope needs that ground ball double play right here, and that is on the outside corner. Strike 2.
And that's a great pitch for Pedro. Get that fastball, tailing fastball down and away. Looks like it's going to be off the plate and comes back. Catches the corner there. Nice pitch. 97 miles an hour. There isn't much you can do with that pitch. The only time Pedro gets hurt is if it's elevated. Sometimes gives hitters a chance, but man, when it's down like that, pretty much lights out.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. Fouled off. Strope making his 3rd appearance this year against the Jays. The only hits against him have been the ones here in the 9th inning. A couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts in the previous games. Jim Johnson still out with those flu-like symptoms. The Orioles closer, Strope, has stepped in. 0-2 delivery. Towering fly ball. That's in the yard. Jones. Encarnacion is retired. The runner's not going anywhere. Throw will come into second base.
Well, that's a big out right there. Encarnacion is a dangerous hitter.
Now LAWRIE coming up. 1 for 3 with a single.
He takes a big cut at this. But Whoa, twists his ankle on his back leg. That doesn't feel good. Not only do you make an out, but you get a sprained ankle to go with it.
2 on, 1 down, 9th inning. 3-0 Orioles. LAWRIE will take the pitch, and it is a strike.
LAWRIE's been showing his speed, so he's going to be a tough guy to double up.
0-1 the count. Outfield deep. Great pitch away. 0-2.
Yeah, but if you keep making pitches like that, you don't have to worry about him running. Looks like a fastball, and then that late movement just darts away.
26-year-old for the Orioles. 12 games last year. Went 2-0. 0-2 the count. That one going to short. Hardy, they'll try and end it. Relay Flaherty. Good pick, and that's the ball game. They end it with a double play on LAWRIE. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a base runner left on. And the Orioles have taken the first 2. They gained their first shutout of the year. HAMMEL goes 3-0. DRABEK the loser, 2-1. Strop picks up his second Major League save as the Orioles come away with a 3-0 win.